One important skill that you'll need in life is how to manage personal finance, how to handle your money, and how to save money fast. And it doesn't need to limit your life. There are many things to pay attention, things to optimize and to do some things just smarter. But here in this video, we'll go through some of those and you'll be amazed how simple it can be. And these kind of things help you in normal life, but also extra important when having difficult times like during a recession. But now let's get into it. Now let's start with obvious. Tracking your expenses. This is something you need to do first if you haven't done it yet. You need to know where your money is going. Keep track of all your expenses. That means every coffee, household item and cash tip, as well as regular monthly bills. Record your expenses however is easiest for you. A pencil and paper, a simple spreadsheet or a free online spending tracker or app. Once you have your data, organize the numbers by categories, mainly to get info on how much goes to mandatory and non-mandatory expenses, such as gas, groceries and mortgage, and total each amount. Use your credit card and bank statements to make sure you've included everything. If you're having many debts, that means there are multiple bills coming at you every month, and those are usually with high interest as well. So those need to go away fast. Wherever possible, try to settle any large debts you have. If you have more than one debt, address the ones with the highest interest rates first before moving on to the next. If it's not possible to pay off debt, inquire as to whether you can move to a lower interest rate. But main focus must be to get rid of those as they'll make harm to your finances. You might have a car and depending on where you live, it might be mandatory for your everyday living. But for many, it's not the case, or it can be adjusted. As fuel prices are high, this is one of the biggest areas where you can save money fast. So if you are using car every day, see if you can do something about it. Some considerations to minimize car usage are: can you work from home? Some days a week at least. Plan your grocery list ahead and try to go to shop when you have other driving as well. For example, on your way home from work or when going somewhere else, and buy all the things that are on your grocery list so you don't need to go there soon again. If you need to go somewhere with your car, try to combine many things on the same trip if possible, so you don't need to go out again for something. And one extra tip for grocery shopping: don't go to shop when you're hungry, otherwise you'll probably end up buying more than you should. Next, energy saving. See if you can save energy in some areas in living. There are small and big ones. Smaller ones can be something like: are you having a TV on in the background constantly? When doing laundry, fill washing machine properly, not overload but not to have it almost empty either. Fill it properly to minimize times you need to do laundry. Same applies to washing dishes. But probably the biggest area we talk about in energy saving is room temperature. It applies to both in colder and warmer areas, but differently. In colder areas you'll need more energy to warm up your house, but there you can optimize room temperature. Just 1 degree of your room temperature is showing big time in your bill. Now, I'm not saying you should feel uncomfortable all the time, but to adjust temperature so it's not unnecessarily high, and other way around in summer times and in areas where it's always warm. Big energy consumption comes from air conditioner. Now, this goes same way that you don't need to feel uncomfortably hot when minimizing aircon, but should pay attention to what is reasonable level. But there is smarter way to reduce aircon but still feel comfortable, and that is reducing air humidity in your home. Let me explain. It's simple but many don't know. As in warmer areas and in summertime, air humidity is higher, and this makes you feel uncomfortable. Now, I have made a video of a smart home sensor that monitors air humidity and some other things as well. I'll link that to the description. But what I'm saying is you can monitor air humidity and then you can also control it by having dehumidifier, and this, as name says, takes the excess moisture out of your air and it makes you feel more comfortable in same temperature. So it leads to situation where you don't need to have air conditioner on all the time, and this saves you a lot of money. Naturally, air dehumidifier takes some energy, but it's less than aircon. And controlling air humidity applies to colder climate as well. But there it goes another way around. Air humidity gets too low. You'll need to increase air humidity in winter times with air humidifier, and this makes situation where Lower temperature with normal air humidity feels more comfortable and you don't need to raise room temperature so high. And more importantly, it's also better for your health to stay inside normal air humidity, and that range is between 30 to 50%. When talking about extra bills, we need to address what are more or less mandatory. Cancel subscriptions and memberships you don't use, especially if they renew automatically. Try to count how many subscriptions you have and make a list of them, not just streaming services, everything you pay for on regular basis. And be sharp if you have free trial on some service. It's easy to forget you signed up for a free trial until months after it started billing you, for example. And focus on those that are more important than others. And this all doesn't require to minimize everything. I encourage to have some small amounts to entertainment. Like you can have one streaming service at a time, and that can be less than $10 or euros or pounds per month, wherever you're watching this. But saying that this one streaming subscription will give a lot of entertainment to all under the same roof. And when it's about to renew, you can cancel it and take some other streaming service for next month, for example, or it can be something else, but do not have many streaming services at the same time. This might come as a surprise to many, but as internet providers offer faster and faster connections, the speed you actually need might be totally different, and it's easy to overpay for your internet. For example, to comfortably watch high-resolution videos, as videos is what takes the most bandwidth, the speed required is under 10 megabits per second. For Ultra HD 4K quality, it goes up to 25 megabits per second. And if you work from home and have video conference, it will be a lot less. And this 25 megabits sounds so low number as you are offered 200 or 500 megabits per second or gigabit speeds, and even faster. Naturally, the required bandwidth is dependent on how many members are in your house, if you're living alone or there's a lot more, and what kind is the usage. But this as a guideline, and it could be easy money saving when downgrading your internet speed. Now, previous ones were more about reducing costs by eliminating unnecessary bills and optimizing thing or two. Last tip, but really important one, is including savings in your budget. This means that when you have sorted out your income and expenses, you'll plan how much you are going to put in savings ahead of your salary. Meaning that when your salary comes, you'll pay your necessary payments, but immediately you'll also transfer that planned amount of money to your savings account, for example. Then it is there and not in your everyday account that is easy to spend. Idea is that when you do it first thing, it's done. As some might plan that just before next salary, they'll put in savings whatever is left on their account. But that doesn't usually work. There isn't left, or it's less than what was planned. But when doing it first, you'll see what's left on your account and you'll work with that. And it usually leads to a lot better income. Now, this all requires some discipline, but it will be rewarding and life-changing when you start to see how much more money you'll have. And this all doesn't require to minimize everything. And if you're new to this channel, I'm an engineer that has passion for everyday technology, health technology, smart home, but also personal finance and lifestyle topics. You'll find me also from social media shown here. And if you made it this far, I hope today's video was useful. Please drop a like and let me know in the comments if you have any questions, experiences on these tips, or whatever comes to your mind. I'll try to answer all. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day and we'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.